What's up guys, this is Elon here, and this video is about the new LiftMaster lineup that's gonna be rolling out in this upcoming month. So without further ado, let's begin. So first of all, I want to say that in this video I will be looking at my screen because I do have notes here, so I want to make sure that I don't miss out on anything. Still getting the hang of this, but let's begin. So first of all, the most important thing is the new names. So we went from Contractor Premium Elite to Basic Plus Premium. Now their thoughts behind this, it's speaking more end user language like homeowners, which I agree, it sounds more like good, better, best, which is what we use in our business. So, you know, Contractor Premium and Elite is not really like a common language versus, you know, Basic Plus Premium, which is, I think, much more common and much more easy to talk with the customer when you're in their home. So, you know, as you can see on the screens, there's a lot of, so they have new models, they renamed it. A lot of the looks are quite the same on the Plus and the Premium. The Basic does have some new design feature and some new actually basic feature that comes standard with it. And we'll talk about that in this video. But let's first talk about a very, very important thing. No more AC motors for LiftMaster. So I'm not sure if you guys ever installed AC motors. We had a big shift in our company switching. We used to have chain as ACs, you know, the most economical option. A lot of callbacks, very loud, just not a great motor. You know, we actually had one of our guys prove to us how bad that is. And he said, all right, let's, in our training room, let's put a new unit there and let me smack it. And I'll show you what happened. He smacked it, that thing sparked, and it never worked again. That was 1 for 1. We didn't do it again, but they have proved to us, at that point, they proved to us that it was not a good motor and we switched. LiftMaster is switching to DC motors only, also having a lifetime warranty option for their top tier. Again, they are switching gears, and it's something that is actually very good to see because it wasn't the case before. Chamberlain was a little bit more heavy towards like consumers and LiftMaster wasn't. And now you have the lifetime warranty. You know, when we are going send to customer, when we can preach lifetime warranty, you know, it's a big deal. And I'll talk about it later more in this video. They're taking away lifetime warranties from the Chamberlain product. So for the first time, they're making LiftMaster truly a better product that's easier for us to sell when we go to, you know, homeowners are trying to compare, you know, Chamberlain product. Quick note, chain and built, it's still not interchangeable. So if you buy a built motor, it's still gonna have to have a built rail, and a chain can only be a chain rail. No more half horsepower motors. So the entry level, the basic motor is going to be a 3/4 horsepower. Now, I will say that they have not talked about what would be the contractor. So there will be a builder series, and they have not talked about the specs on that motor. So I'm not gonna say anything about that, but I do know that there will not be a half horsepower option for non-builder customers. Another quick thing about this is that their built motors will come with standard motion detecting light, which is a very important feature that somehow wasn't standard. So again, now built motors will have motion detection built into the wall button. Also, looks like the chain motor will not have light bulbs, so it will pretty much be built-in light. Not gonna be a very strong LED, but it will be built-in light. And they're also reducing the size of the casing. So the chain motor is going to shrink down, along with, as you can see in the photo, they put the programming to the side of the motor. They didn't really dig much into it, but now it's on the side. And you know, we're gonna talk about more about programming and so on later in this video. So you can see also in this photo right here, the embedded video camera, fixed location, non-adjustable. So this is the chain motor. So it will have standard camera in it in the basic model. Very, very interesting. And you can see in my next picture here, they talked about consumer insights, which is what's the most important for customers. Quiet operation was the #1 feature. I think this is why they're getting rid of AC motors. I mean, that's the most important feature the customer want, and the AC is not that. So get rid of it, make less SKUs, let's make different type of variation of products, you know, that helps them with production and so on. So that's a smart move, you know, listen to the customers. Battery backup. In Alabama, it doesn't seem to be the case to be a big deal, but seems to be a 50% on a lot of people. As you can see in this, you know, in this picture, there's a few more things, but the lifetime warranty, #1 trained up feature. Yes, we upsell lifetime warranty crazy. It's very, very strong thing that you can offer to customer and get so much more money today versus, you know, hoping they will come back in a few years from now. So lifetime warranty is actually very good. And, you know, again, that being said, it's lifetime warranty on the motor or the belt. Doesn't mean that your labor is lifetime warranty. You know, LiftMaster is listening, so that's the good thing about that, which again was not the case. So let's talk about LiftMaster versus Chamberlain comparison. So superior warranty in every category and no lifetime warranty. That's the first thing. Again, very good. You know, when you go and sell to people and where they can easily see, you know, prices at Home Depot and Lowe's, and you charge this much, oh, but I can buy this for $300, and you know, that's when you can start defending yourself. So they're giving you ammunition to defend yourself, and I love that. You know, we had to kind of come up with our own ways of defending it, and now LiftMaster is helping us, which is, you know, what we've been asking for a long time as contractor. 3-button in over 70 SKUs versus 1-button. So pretty much, you know, again, one more advantage that when you go to homeowner that has 2 doors versus, you know, if he goes to Lowe's, Home Depot, he gets a remote that has 1 button, you have to go and buy more remotes. And now, you know, this comes with it. Solid rail, we know that nothing changes on the rail. So it is confirmed that the way the rail connects to the motor, all those pieces untouched. Metal housing versus plastic housing. Chamberlain will not have any metal housing, and the LiftMaster belt motors are metal housing. So another thing that you can, you know, bring up when a customer say, hey, why is this so much more? Or why are you charging this much? You know, they're really buying a better product. Superior control panel versus no smoke control panel. I'm gonna talk more about this later in this video, but LiftMaster is changing all of their accessory lineup with a lot of very nice features, and that's what this is talking about. And superior LED lighting versus no ring LED lighting. That one is a small thing, as you can see in this next picture. The main differences between the top of the line products for Chamberlain and LiftMaster, which is, you know, the full LED ring light and so stuff like that. You know, not much to say about here. You can see in the photo. So I'm gonna keep going. All right, so now we talk about pricing. So this is an interesting one. They haven't really said much about this, but if you look at the photo here, it looks like prices are not really changing. The models are different, but it looks like there's gonna be less products, but the price, you know, if you look at like the top tier one, right, the premium versus the elite, it's still $374 and $370. And if you look down, you know, kind of stays about the same. You know, when you look at the 199 DC motor versus the 199 81 600 model. So, you know, just it went up there like by about $10. At the top tier, it stays about the same. And then the middle tier seems to be about the same as well. I'm not sure what this pricing represent. You know, every dealer obviously have different pricing, but that might be kind of like the sticker price. And then, you know, different dealers get different prices. But the point to take from this is that the prices seems to be staying the same. Next topic is accessories. So first of all, as you can see in the photo here, there's new design for remote with a QR code on the back that lets let homeowners program a remote using their phone. Not sure how helpful that is, but you know, for us, because now it takes away, you know, if they buy a remote, they have a QR code, they are more likely to go to box stores, buy a remote and do it themselves. So I'm not sure that's a play in favor of us. And also they're advertising how you won't have to get up a ladder to program the accessories, which is again, not such a big deal for us, right? We're ready to go up on a ladder. This is part of our job. So that seems to be a lot more catered toward the, you know, Chamberlain side of things, the retail box store. So again, not very exciting. So let's talk about the keypad. Completely new design, as you can tell. No more flip. Looks like the buttons are not, you know, the old style. A lot of, you know, go deep. It looks like a little bit more touch and whatnot. So looks very beautiful. Not much new to say about that, other than it's gonna be, you know, just brand new design. Next thing will be the wall button. So the most exciting news is it's gonna be wireless by default. Yes, wireless wall button in the belt motors. Second thing, as you can tell, as I talked to earlier, there's gonna be a light motion detector by default as well. And you know, it's a new redesign. Not much else to say about that one. So let's keep going. All right, and now let's talk about security plus 3.0. So that's gonna be their new security system or technology, whatever you call it. Right now it's 2.0. We're going to security plus 3.0. So let's talk about the different feature that comes with it. First of all, no ladder needed for programming accessories. Like I said earlier, not a big deal for us. Could be some time saver, but makes the Boxster a lot more appealing. Second, phone alert on your MyQ app. So you can tell you about low battery in your keypad, low battery in your remote. low battery in your wall button, your wireless wall button. So all this stuff is gonna be incorporated into the app. Very, very cool feature. Blocks counterfeits. So apparently their new system would not allow those cheaper remotes on Amazon that you can buy that works just as fine, for a fraction of the cost. So apparently now those counterfeit remotes will no longer work with the new Security Plus 3.0. And last thing about that is that this Security Plus 3.0 is only going to be released for the trolley residential motors. It's not going on the side mount motors, and it does not go on commercial yet. Probably down the road it will, but that's not something that they announced a date for. Last slide for this video is just something that I want to put out there. You can pause the video if you want to go over this, is the compatibility. So here it is. I don't have much else to say about that. If you want to stop the video and learn or read it, go for it. Now, the last thing is the timeline for these. The remote and keypads are expected to be end of July, so pretty soon. Control panels, end of August, and the openers on Q4 of 2025, which is, a few months away, but it's coming up soon. Am I excited about it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's gonna be a big change for us. We don't follow the name that LiftMaster uses, like the Contractor, the Elite, all that stuff. We came up with our own names. So this is it for this video, guys. And just to share my thought, I think the big take out of this is that LiftMaster is now trying to make the LiftMaster product better than Chamberlain, which was not the case. And we weren't able to compete or be a better offering for other than the solid rail for a long time, and things seems to be like things are about to change. So I'm excited for that.